Okay, so Candace Owens, I don't know. She made a post, and she doesn't like fat people. I guess. I don't know. Who knows? She doesn't like fat people. So I'm offended. No, but let's just say what the hell they're saying. Yeah, let's see what the hell they're talking about. In this, it says, it's okay. So obviously, we're just starting off like it's obviously like very baity. It's like, it's okay to be normal. What the hell to go? I'm not depressed. I'm not fat. I'm not a single uber feminist complaining about how hard it is to find a good man. I'm not homosexual. I don't have any addictions. I love being a woman. I work out and don't ever want to be overweight. I don't think being naked on the internet is empowering. In fact, I believe it is my body for my husband only. I go to church. I pray in the morning. I don't view myself as a victim because I'm black. I believe there are only two genders. I think men wearing ball gowns is weird. I think men providing for their families, being pillars of strength and leading admirably is attractive. You're allowed to disagree. You're allowed to live differently. You're allowed to struggle publicly, but I'm also allowed to not struggle publicly. I like normal. It's cool. It's okay to be normal. Okay, whatever. I mean, like, I don't agree with everything she's saying, but I agree with the fundamentals of what she's saying. It's like, it's whatever. Some people are weird. Some people, like, if people are weird, like, people wear dresses. Like, if you're a dude wearing a dress, you're a little weird, but you're all chill. Give me a high five and put some makeup on, and I'll give you a kiss on your ass. All jokes aside, whatever. So I guess this offended a feminist or a fat girl. So let's watch her original video. Let's see what the hell's going on here.
Good morning, guys.
Well, we should probably turn it up because you're low as fuck, girl.
Just some quick morning thoughts. So a couple of nights ago, somebody had asked me, what do I think it is that so many people around the world gravitate towards when they come to my profile or when they follow me? Why have so many people responded to me saying really what just amounts to common sense stuff that used to be deemed common sense?
I don't know if it's common sense. Like, you're a little bit radical, and the way that you express your opinions are intentionally supposed to be divisive. Like even this is like intentionally divisive. Like, it is, and it's okay. But like, that's, you could have said this all in a way that was a little more sensitive. Like, I could just be like, hey, listen, like, whatever. Like, I could have worded this better. Like, I said, like, hey, listen, these are my personal beliefs. Blah, blah, blah. You did, but I don't know.
But I guess it's not that common anymore. And I sort of realized that I think what I'm doing, or at least what I hope I'm doing for people that follow me, is I hope that I'm making it okay to be normal. And I've realized that increasingly that has become not okay in Western civilization. Like, the idea of someone who is normal is being rejected by a favored mainstream narrative that you have to be, if you're not complex, if you don't.
Can we just talk about can we just talk about right here where she's like, somewhere in here where she's like, oh, I'm not a victim. And then like this whole like normal people being victim mentality is so annoying. When I talk about like, and I understand what she's saying. And like, I talk about how like, we need to not pander or like reverse the oppression or whatever. But like, I hate, it's a fine line between talking about how it's okay to be normal and victimizing yourself for being normal. And it's like, oh, give me like a boo-hoo. Like, listen, like, yeah, I get what you're saying, but just like, can we not turn it into like a victim complex for being normal? It's just, that's just what this video is really giving that off.
Experiment and don't do weird things and aren't more complicated. There's something wrong with you. And I'm sure there was a time where it was the reverse. Probably actually, not too long ago, a few decades ago, where if you were a little weird, society was like, no, you're not normal enough. But it's flipped. It's fully flipped now, where people
That's what I'm talking about. Like, yeah, we're going towards pandering.
Hunting people for being normal and want to promote and love and say wonderful things about people that are abnormal all the time. And there's no place for normalcy. Think about the fact that a couple of weeks ago.
Like, come on, hold on. Guys, I need to like get you guys to understand, because a lot of people are going to watch Candace Owens saying this dumb shit and go like, yes, Candace, you're right. Just so you guys are aware, there's a problem with YouTube entities, okay, or online entities like Candace Owens, then like progressive people as well, who make these claims that like, oh, all this is happening, but like it's really just happening in online spaces. It's like, so yeah, TikTok and all that other shit. Like, yeah, they're going crazy on TikTok. You guys are annoying on TikTok and YouTube, and you have these far leftist spaces and far right spaces. But it's like, dude, in the real world, this is not a real thing. Like, shut the hell up. Like, it's not going on. Like, nobody's walking around like judging people for being normal in the real world. It's just a case of people being hyperbolic on the internet. And like Candace Owens' job is to react to that hype, like that hyperbolic space on the internet in a way that makes it seem like that's how life is, rather than like, hey, this really isn't how life is. You know what I'm saying?
There was an online media campaign to cancel Chris Pratt, who has never spoken out about anything, has never said anything, basically on the basis that he goes to church with his wife, and somebody said his church is homophobic, and it inspired this whole thing where people wanted Chris Pratt to be canceled, who just seems like a decent, normal guy. And then a few weeks later, you have people like demanding and shoving down our faces that men should be allowed to wear dresses. So
So the problem is that like she probably had a good point on the Chris Pratt thing. And then when it came to the Harry, she's talking about Harry Styles wearing a dress, and they're trying to make it seem like because Harry Styles wore a dress, that means that the fabric of what it means to be a man is being disintegrated. That's some victim mentality bullshit right there, Candace. So you got to knock that off. Like, that's just silly.
Actually flipped society, and there is no happy medium anymore. And I just want people to know it's okay to be normal. You don't have to pretend that all of this weird, freaky stuff is cool. And I hope people get that from me. There's no consequence for saying what should be plainly obvious. And, the consequence, for being heterosexual. Now it's like, oh, the guy needs to be more complex. Being heterosexual, being masculine, it's wrong. It's not wrong. If you are a guy and you want to be masculine and you are heterosexual.
There's more victim shit, man. Like, come on. There's no, like, I get it. There's like a far leftist online narrative that's like masculine men are gross, but like most people live in the real world. Like, go outside, Candace.
Well, that's
go
okay.
Take a walk outside,
at the same
girl.
time where there's just not enough diversity. And so now
Candace doesn't like freaky stuff. Nerd.
As opposed to people that were once striving for diversity, which is an admirable goal, suddenly we got into a place where it's not okay for people to be white. You know what I mean? Where it's like, unless you are some other mixed, black, Hispanic, then you shouldn't be allowed to talk. And that's not okay. It's okay to be white. It's okay to be normal. It's okay to be heterosexual.
It's okay to turn your phone volume off so I don't have to hear your goddamn phone go off.
Just as it's okay to be black, it's okay to be gay. There shouldn't be this push to cast away what people deem as too normal. And I think that is how we got to this place where so many people view themselves as the forgotten men and women of America, where these coastal elites, these LA types, these New York types, these people that love experimenting and things that are just freakier and more weird, think that they're ruling the world and that we have to shut up and just accept the way the world is going. I don't want the world to go that way. I like my Christianity. I like going to church. I love that I am in a heterosexual relationship. I don't think that, it's problematic if people don't choose.
Bro, this is what it's like I guess I know now what it's like for straight people to shove their shit in their face. I don't know. I'm pretty much straight, so whatever, but like, this is annoying. I like my church. Okay, so chill out. Like, why are you such a victim, Candace? Come on, get over
that
yourself.
Lifestyle for themselves, but I don't think that I should have to shut up because of my normalcy. I'm sick and tired of seeing women try to get weirder and woker online, like
me too.
Shaving the head. My hair's pink and orange and green, and you have to like it. And now I've got a nose ring hanging, from my nose through my lips.
I agree with
and
this.
Flips over to my ear. Because I'm woke and I'm saying no to social norms. It's like, you can do that, but don't expect me not to stare and acknowledge that that's weird. You know what I'm saying? And I don't care if you go, well, look at this African tribe where they also have nose rings. It's like, stop trying to use these ridiculous arguments. Half the time, the people that are weird are actually the ones that are begging for attention, and they do these things because they want to cause a reaction. And then when we have a reaction, because it's not normal for a guy to put on a ball gown and, for a person to pierce from their nose, their lips, and across their ears, then they try to say, oh, it's because of us and our perspectives and we're bigoted. And it's gaslighting. It's just gaslighting. It's okay to be normal. It's okay to be a woman that wants to be feminine. It's okay to be a woman that doesn't believe in the...
It just feels like you're personalizing these narratives a little too much. Like, again, online leftist spaces, like, yeah, but like I don't feel like anybody's telling me I have to shave the left side of my head and put a septum piercing in. I don't know. I just feel like you're going a little too far with it, girl.
Fat acceptance movement. I couldn't disagree with that more. I'm so sick of women putting their cellulite on the internet and saying, "Oh, look how brave and stunning it is," or women saying, "I'm getting naked to show that being naked is okay." And you're just trying to one up the crazy because you're desperate for attention. And that's the truth. You say we're desperate for attention because we call out that it's not normal for a woman to just want to constantly be naked. Someone like Emma Rada, who's just like, "Well, I'm being naked for this cause." It's like, you think you have a nice body. You do have a nice body, actually. It's not even think.
Woo, she's gay. Candace Owens confirmed lesbian.
I think the world would agree that she's got a very nice body, but to pretend that she's doing it for social causes and social issues, to perpetually be getting
Got a
naked.
nice body, girl. I don't know what the fuck we're talking about.
Don't think that we're stupid. And and then you've got the opposite side of the spectrum of freaks and people like Lena Dunham who constantly want to show you their fat rolls and cellulite and say, if you don't like it, it's your fault. Like, you're gaslighting. I don't like it because it's unattractive. It's like asking me to like disgusting food. And then when I eat the food and say it's nasty, you say it's because you're a bad, backwards person.
This is funny.
You're all
dude.
just attention seekers. And you're trying to
on.
dress up your attention seeking in activism and gaslight normal people. It's okay to be normal. We don't have to pretend to like any of this stuff. We can say we want to raise our kids, go to church, dress normally, meaning women wearing clothes that are made for the women's body, women clothes that are made for the, for male bodies, without you telling us that we're backwards and racist and homophobic and transphobic and all these words you come up with. People telling me that I'm transphobic because I say a man in a dress is not masculine. That's not transphobic.
What? That's not. I think that you're not understanding why people may call you transphobic. I think it's because you don't validate trans people. Like, you don't think a trans woman is a woman.
Phobic means fear of. I am not.
Oh my god, people are so annoying with this phobic shit. They're like, "Oh, I'm not afraid. I'm not afraid of you, trans person. I'll hit you." It's like, well, take it easy, dog. Like, you don't like trans people. Like, it's okay. Like, you don't validate trans people. Like, it's not. I don't know if it's okay, but like, that is transphobia.
Afraid of a man in a dress. It's not
like you're equating a man in a dress to a trans woman. Like, that's why you're transphobic. Like, whatever, you do you, girl. I'm just saying.
Homophobia, transphobic. It's just, I'm normal.
What do these words mean? Homophobia, transphobia. I'm not afraid of the dark. What the freak's going on?
I'm going to call out stuff that I think is weird, and I want to give permission to normal people to stand up and to fight back for a place in culture. You don't need to spread your legs as a woman. You don't need to keep doing more and more slutty.
So, bro, the problem I have with this video is, like, it's not intelligent. Like, it's not her taking a stance that I take that's like, listen, we should accept people who are different, but we shouldn't pander to them. That's something that I know how to not only express and understand, but also in a way that's palatable to people who disagree with me. So I can sit here and say, like, listen, I totally understand why you would want to like accept fat people in society. There's no benefit to not doing so. It just makes them more depressed. But we really shouldn't be normalizing it. The saying fat is beautiful just on a fundamental level is just untrue. Like, it's just not beautiful to be fat. Fat people can be attractive. I'm attracted to fat, overweight women, absolutely. But it doesn't make fat inherently beautiful. And I think that when we normalize being obese in society too much, we normalize unhealthy procedures. Because, yeah, can you be fat and healthy? For sure. What percentage of fat people are healthy? What percentage of people who are fat got fat eating lean meats and like vegetables? Okay, not a lot of them. Probably most of them. Most of them are like, I want to go have McDonald's, and then which is not nutrient dense. And you eat too much because you're not getting full, because you're not getting your macro or your micronutrients in there. And then you're overeating and like you're fat and you have bad practices. And then you want to turn it around and say, not only can I be fat, but also we need to subsidize everyone's healthcare. And it's like, well, why the fuck would I want to pay for your healthcare when you're 200 pounds overweight and your feet are numb because you have diabetes, because it's your own fault? And that's kind of where I get into the thing where I'm quite like, I am very much for like some kind of a universal healthcare system, or at least I would like to maintain a private option. But it's hard to say that when you have people who have ailments that are their fault, that we should totally subsidize their bad decisions. I'm fine with paying for people who have Down syndrome or autism, but like, do we really want to pay? And I'm fat, and I'm saying this because I know that it's like a lack of willpower. It's a lack of willpower, and it's unfortunate. But like, see, that's something that people could go, okay, hard truth, Papa. I get what you're saying. But she's just kind of like, she's kind of like not saying that. She's like, yeah, it's fine if you're weird, but also I hate it, and like you guys should be. It's okay if you speak out against it. It's like, but you're not saying the way that you should speak out against it, and I'm providing a platform for that. You're just kind of going a little kooky, and you're kind of pandering to bigoted people.
Deeds to prove that you're somehow free and somehow woke. You can be committed to a relationship. To everyone saying to me, go make your husband a sandwich. I would love to make my husband a sandwich if he's hungry. I cook for my husband all the time. I think that is normal. If I'm tired, my husband will cook for me. We are normal people, so trying to make that somehow an offense to me doesn't work. So on this day, all I'm saying is God bless the normal people. It's okay to be normal. You do not have to merge into this society which is so desperate to out-freak one another.
I don't know, man. It comes off a little too much like I'm the victim for being normal, and it's annoying. Like, me and her have similar worldviews, kind of, in the context of, like, not pandering to identity groups, but I feel like she takes it in a way that's, like, trying to victimize normal people. And it's, like, kind of annoying, because, like, oh, I hate the victim mentality from everybody. Like, if you're a straight guy and you come in here and you're like, hey, Papa, I'm a little annoyed because I feel like, you know, like there's like a narrative that says like as a straight guy like I'm hate like that like I'm a bad guy. I'd be like, okay, I get it. But if they're like, Papa, like the world is shifting, like straight people aren't accepted, I'll tell you to shut up and leave me alone. Like, shut the fuck up. You know, like with this victim ass bullshit, it's so lame. But I guess this young woman was like, yo, Candace, I cannot believe you said that. I don't know what that is. Let me tell you though, she's a cutie pie. I'll tell you that, bro. I don't give a fuck. I don't care what you guys say. I Hamburglar, if you're in here, be my guest, make fun of me. But I'm taken. But like, whew, you're cute. I don't know what the hell's wrong with me. She's probably too young for me.
Hey guys, welcome back to my YouTube channel. I'm also posting this video on my Instagram, so you might be coming from there as well. Today's video is very different than any video I've ever done before. I am not a commentary channel or like a reaction channel. I never have been. And I probably won't ever do another one after this. But I saw this video this morning, and I knew that I wanted to react to this video. So today I'm reacting to Candace Owens, her newest video that she just posted 7 hours ago. If you don't know who she is, she's an American conservative author, a speaker, commentator, what else? Political activist. I have to say that
she's a pog champ.
Followed her a few years back.
I love your eyeshadow, girl. My person in my chat named Ria Gonorrhea loves your eyeshadow. So
liked her honesty and her transparency. And I felt like it was really lacking. And through the years, I've seen her change, and we're gonna dive into that in this.
Oh shit, she used to be a Candace Owens stan.
Video. I don't follow her. Somebody sent this video to me this morning and basically asked my thoughts on it. I got angry at first. I'm not gonna lie. Got very, very angry. Went about my day a little bit, and now I feel like I'm composed enough to not act out of emotion as I react to this video.
What'd you get so angry for?
Under fire right now because she has been very outspoken since the beginning of the year about how she feels about Black Lives Matter. And then just yesterday, I believe, or a few days ago, she made a post about Harry Styles. He was wearing a ball gown in like a recent photo shoot or something, and she had to give her 2 cents about men wearing dresses. And she basically got attacked on the internet because it is the internet. But I want to read the caption of this video before I even get into the video because I do feel like this caption is very telling to the narrative of not only this video, but basically her social media presence. So it starts off saying, it's okay to be normal. I'm not depressed. I'm not fat. Okay. I'm not single and complaining about how hard it is to find a good man. I'm not homosexual. I don't have any addictions. I love being a woman. I work out and don't ever want to be overweight. I don't think being naked on the internet is empowering. In fact, I believe my body is for my husband only. I go to church. I pray in the morning. I don't view myself as a victim because I'm Black. I believe there are only 2 genders. I think men wearing ball gowns is weird. I think men providing for their families, being pillars of strength, and leading admirably is attractive. You're allowed to disagree. You're allowed to live differently. You're allowed to struggle publicly, but I'm also allowed to not struggle publicly. I like normal. It's cool. It's okay to be okay.
Yeah, I mean, it's not a bad message. I know I railed it a little earlier, but like after you digest it, I think it's like, I think the problem with Candace's message is like it's a little bit like combative, but after you sit on it for a minute, it's like, it's not so bad. But like, I don't know.
Wow, Candace, it must be really nice to not struggle in life. That's amazing.
That's not what she
Please
said.
Tell us all your secrets.
Oh, here we go. Victim mentality over here. Bro, she didn't say it's not okay. She said it's okay to struggle in private. I struggle in private. Like, I'm not trying to sit here and tell everybody about my fucking problems unless I feel like it's relevant to a conversation. So, like, I can identify with the idea of not having to go on the internet and be like, guys, I'm so depressed. Look at me. My hair is orange. You know what I'm saying? Like, come on.
How you never, ever struggle.
It's not what she said. It's not what she said. You're such an idiot. I'm not trying to be rude already, but, like, you just went from her saying, hey, Like, it's okay to struggle in private, to be like, oh wow, you're so entitled, you're so privileged, and like, you're basically just trying to diminish your platform. It's like, come on, stop. That's not the way to do this. You don't win any points by making such an ignorant argument like that. Like, you're actually just going to turn people away from listening to you.
That caption alone was so invalidating. It made me not want to watch this video. But
so why'd you watch it?
Of doing this video with you guys, we're gonna watch it again.
Oh,
and I'll try not to.
Good morning, guys. Just some quick morning thoughts.
I already watched the video.
Ago, somebody had asked me.
We're gonna put it a little faster.
That so many people around the world gravitate towards when they come to my profile, when they follow me. Why have so many people responded to me saying, "Really, what just?"
Did you just watch it?
That used to be deemed common sense, but I guess it's not that common anymore. And I sort of realized that I think what I'm doing, or at least what I hope I'm doing for people that follow me, is I hope that I'm making it okay to be normal. And I realize that increasingly that has become not okay. This is a conception right now.
When has it not been okay to be normal in Western civilization?
I take it easy, girl. I gotta fucking make you slower.
For decades and decades and decades, we've been told that we need to be normal, that we need to fit in a certain box.
Okay.
No matter who we are or what our background is, we've all been led to believe that there's only one right way. And so that's why the beginning of this video confuses me off the bat. I'm like, first of all, what is normal anyway? Nobody's normal.
Well, normal, okay, so I don't know why people have so much problems with, like, this whole thing. What it means to be normal is that, like, let's say you take, I don't know how many identities make up people, but let's say there's 50 identities. You take those 50 identities, you figure out what the majority of people gravitate towards in each individual identity, and then you make a streamline of normal. So if I have 45 of those, like, I'm mostly normal. You understand what I'm saying? So, like, hey, it's normal to be straight. It's normal to be in a certain weight spot. Blah, blah, blah. It's normal to be clean shaven. It's normal to be around 6 foot tall. You understand what I'm pointing? That's what normal is. As far as the narrative, I think that you kind of just, like, decided to be polar opposite of what she said. You decided to go, oh, you overly identifying with the struggles of whatever group you identify with by saying, like, oh, it's okay. It's never been not okay to be normal. It's like, just shut up. Like, you know that there's a new age narrative now. I'm sorry for being mean, but there's a new age narrative now that's like, you know, it is annoying. It is very much relegated to the online sphere, but it is annoying. And it's like, you know, God forbid you're a straight dude, and you're like, they're like, oh, you're straight. Well, maybe you should be dead. And it's like, I understand that it's in online spaces. It hasn't become, like, actually mainstream. But there is a certain level of frustration to it. It just needs to be contextualized.
Nothing is normal. No two houses are the same. No two families are the same.
Blah, 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 blah.
We're all unique and special in our own way, right?
No, we're not. I hate that too. No, you're like, sure, but like independently, like, we're irrelevant. If I didn't exist, nothing would be different. It doesn't matter. Donald Trump could just not exist and life would be the same. You guys understand? Like, you're not as unique as you think. On a personal level, you guys should love yourselves and be unique, but on a societal level, you are a unit. You are a human unit to put into, like, society so that you can benefit that society.
The idea of someone who is normal is being rejected by a favored mainstream narrative that you have to be, you know, if you're not complex, if you don't, experiment and don't do weird things and aren't more complicated, there's something wrong with you. And I'm sure there was a time where it was the reverse.
Oh my God. Let's see. We got to go back to 1.5.
That time is now. The reverse time is now. Okay.
What? Oh, you didn't even make, like, a point. All right. Let's just get through this fucking nonsense.
Probably actually, not too long ago, a few decades ago, where if you were a little weird, society was like, no, you're not normal enough, but it's flipped. It's fully flipped now.
I do agree that of course, there's always two sides to the coin, always. There's always going to be people that say, like, you have to be crazy weird to fit in or whatever. But then there's this narrative too, which is we become too weird as a society and now we need to come back a little bit and bring in the reins a little bit.
I do agree with that second part, actually. First of all, the terminology, there's two sides to every coin, is a problem in society because it very much promotes the idea that there are only two perspectives to look at. I prefer to live on more of the edge of the coin. We are getting to a point as a society of pandering to people when it comes to all identities, okay? When it comes to, like, feminism, there is a narrative that's anti-male. That's not like feminism, that's misandry. When it comes to, like, LGBTQ, there is and these are, like, fringe groups, but they are gaining popularity. There is, like, this theory of the completely eradicating gender in general. When it comes to fat acceptance, there's a thing that's like, oh, fat is fundamentally beautiful. Like I said before, it's not. We can't be normal. There's a difference between accepting and pandering. Right? You can normalize these things, but that's, we need to accept, not pander. Okay. I know gender is a social construct. Thank you. Everything's a social construct. That doesn't mean that we need to eradicate the idea of gender just because it's a social construct. You guys are insane. That I hate when people are like, well, this is a social construct, so we might as well get rid of it. It's like, okay, what the fuck are you talking about, dog? That makes absolutely no sense.
Always two sides. So for her to say it's fully flipped is inaccurate.
where people are hunting people for being normal and want to promote and love and say wonderful things about people that are abnormal all the time. And there's no place for normalcy. Think about the fact that a couple of weeks ago, there was an online media campaign to cancel Chris Pratt, who has never spoken out about anything, has never said anything, basically on the basis that he goes to church with his wife, and somebody said his church is homophobic, and, you know, it inspired this whole thing of wanting Chris Pratt to be canceled.
Bro, when you put stuff in fast forward, everybody's like, minor movements are so weird. Like, see how she's like shaking, but like she's not really doing anything weird. But like, if you did it to me, I'd be like this. Because I'm constantly moving because I can't sit still.
Who just seems like a decent, normal guy.
I don't know anything about this, so.
But then why the fuck are you talking about it?
I wasn't aware of Chris Pratt and the canceling thing. I'm personally not a fan of cancel culture in general. It's just interesting to me because Candace's audience is mostly like the evangelical Christian audience. So she's really like talking to her audience right now when she's saying this, because we know Christians like to shoot their wounded sometimes. And so I have no doubt
God, I gotta fucking...
that it was probably like a group of radical Christians coming together and deciding to cancel Chris Pratt.
What the fuck are you talking about? Wait, Did she just decide? Okay, from what I just heard, this girl said, I don't know what's going on with Chris Pratt, but I'm pretty sure it's Christians canceling Chris Pratt. Is that what you just said? Wait, you're kind of
out that it was probably like a group of radical, because we know Christians like to shoot their wounded sometimes. And so I have no doubt that it was probably like a group of radical Christians coming together and deciding to cancel Chris Pratt.
She literally just said, I don't know what's going on with Chris Pratt, but I'm pretty sure that radical Christians were canceling Chris Pratt. Like, you're just deciding that she has to always be wrong, and that's why you're wrong. That was silly of you to say. You're a bizarre woman. You're a bizarre individual. What the hell's the matter with you? By the way, if anybody consumes their own, it's progressives.
And a few weeks later, you have people like demanding and shoving down our faces that men should be allowed to address it. So we've actually flipped society, and there is no happy medium anymore. And I just want people to know it's okay to be normal. You don't have to pretend that all of this weird, freaky stuff is cool. And
I love how she used the word weird, freaky. So just because like something doesn't fit your definition of normal, Candace, it's suddenly weird and freaky.
Yeah, it is. You're weird. If you're trans, you're weird, dog. I'm totally chill with it. I'm totally I'm attracted to trans men and women. I'm partnered up, so I could never like legitimately date any, but I would totally I would marry a trans person. I don't give a fuck. I'm attracted to femininity, but you're still weird, dude, and I'm weird for liking you, but it's okay, dude, because I'm confident in myself and I don't give a shit, and it's okay, you know. But it is like weird. It's a little freaky. Maybe it's a little bit too derogatory, but whatever, man. Like it's not that big of a deal, dude. Who gives a darn, dog? You know, you guys got to stop being so sensitive to be calling weird. Like, oh my god, you called me weird? It's not my version of normal. It's like, who cares? Toughen up, girl. I don't give a fuck. I don't care.
I guess that's how people think. I don't understand that. Like, are you really that close-minded where you can't imagine another world outside of your own?
Are you just sort of that fragile where like you get offended by being called weird? Like, what the fuck?
And I hope people get that from me.
And like, you didn't even contextualize the dress thing like I did. Like, you don't even dude, like she's overreacting to the dress thing.
No consequence for saying what should be plainly obvious, and the consequence, for being heterosexual. Now it's like, oh, the guy needs to be more complex. Being heterosexual, being masculine is wrong. It's not wrong. If you're a guy and you want to be masculine and you are heterosexual, that's okay.
See what you have to say, you silly girl. I still think you're cute, but
when did people say that being masculine isn't okay? Is she talking about how we are very aware now of like toxic masculinity,
no.
Which is when everything is.
I think she's referencing the fringe left like online spaces that she's very much absorbed into, that talk about how like masculine men are gross. But again,
based off of making sure that you keep the appearance of a man and not showing any emotions, and we've seen what kind of damage that's done from gender.
Toxic masculinity isn't about keeping the appearance of a man. Like, okay, maybe what you're saying is like you don't have to be masculine to be a masculine man. Okay, fine, I'll give you that one. I'm not even gonna
generations of men just right down the line, not being able to fully express themselves and to be honest with their feelings.
I think that we should be more accepting of feminine men for sure, and feminine men get too much shit in society.
It's extremely toxic. I think that's what she's referring to when she says that, but I haven't experienced any attack on masculinity. I don't know what she's talking about exactly.
Like,
at the same time where there's just not enough diversity, and so now, as opposed to people that were once striving for diversity, which is an admirable goal, suddenly we've gotten to a place where it's not okay for people to be white. You know what I mean? Where it's like, unless you are some other mix, black, Hispanic, then you shouldn't be allowed to talk, and that's not okay. It's okay to be white.
Okay.
All right.
Candace, nobody.
Let me hear. Let's hear White Savior
is saying. Nobody, including black people. Nobody is saying that it's not okay to be white.
I don't know. Again, fringe leftist online group. But the problem here is if we look at something like critical race theory, and my perspective on theories is like they make sense. Like I enjoy the idea of critical race theory. I think it's very thought provoking. It's something I would love to have more conversations about. It's so thought provoking and interesting, but it is so much not applicable to society at all because the interpretation of critical race theory is like, hey, listen, like the idea of like, hey, listen, you're white, so in some way you may contribute to like the diminishment of black people in society, but you're not actively aware of it. There's intersectionality, different identities clashing with each other. The problem is when you get like a hold of it from these leftists that are like, oh, well, you are white means you're always racist, and all of a sudden we've now blurred the lines of like, what the hell is that? That's just ridiculous. So yeah, no, there is a narrative. It's very small, but you know, it's kind of, you could say that it is growing a little bit. Again, Candace Owens is fear-mongering a little bit and victimizing herself for being normal, but like, no, that's kind of there, man. It's kind of there. I'm just saying. I don't think that straight white men are getting the most shit in 2020. Maybe in online spaces, but like I said, like let's not get so fucking crazy victimized wise. Like in real life, you're chill. It's the online spaces where it's going from acceptance to like pandering to actually hatred and the attempt to oppress the oppressor. Despite the fact that most straight white cisgendered men are not the oppressors, they're just vibing.
Just recognizing that we still do have racism in our country. And while Candace herself may not have experienced it in her life, there are stories every day of our brothers and sisters experiencing that.
Can we, first of all, brothers and sisters, cry me a fucking river. I mean, give me a break. Brothers and sisters. Second of all, I think that Candace is a beautiful representation and example that not all black people experience systemic racism. And the irony is that you have a lot of these like very far progressive groups, mostly white people, that are like, oh, black people need to be generalized and categorized into a group of being oppressed. But it's like, clearly it's not. You know, a lot of like there are definitely large black groups of people who are the victims of systemic racism, but like it's not all. I wouldn't even say it's the majority of. And I would say that like your perspective on thinking that the majority of black people are still the victims of systemic racism is one of the reasons why we cannot target the areas that are in the need the most and like eliminate those like that oppression. Because what you're saying, like, you know, when you have something like affirmative action, like, oh, hey guys, affirmative action, you give it to whatever, all of a sudden you have white girls who are the ones that are benefiting from it the most. Then you have people coming over from like African countries, and like because they're considered black in America, they get to benefit from that system, of that quota system. And then all of a sudden you have these really oppressed areas that aren't getting shit, and you're focusing far too much on equality of outcome instead of equality of opportunity. And then you kind of get this idea, it's like, wow, maybe my leftist woke bullshit attitude is not a positive net gain for society.
No time ever have I ever been told as a white person that because I'm white, I'm wrong. No time ever. It's always been okay to be white. Since the beginning of time, it's always been okay to be white.
Shut the fuck up. Now, at the beginning of time, get the hell out of here, dude. No, the concept of race wasn't even created until like the 1600s. Like, you don't even have like an accurate understanding of what you're preaching, girl. What the hell is the matter with you? What are you talking about? Okay, you're probably someone who doesn't know that every civilization has been founded on slavery and colonization. You're probably the person that thinks that white people like just created being mean. Like, it's just like weird self-hating white bullshit, victim mentality, fucking white savior narrative going on here.
We are not attacked. We're not attacked. We are not victims. It's okay.
I think the point of CRT is that even if you are yourself aren't even implicitly biased, you can. No, I understand that. Here, the reason that I don't like critical race theory, or rather like the widespread application of it, is this. Okay, so the people who are going to learn critical race theory, those are people who are already non-racist white people, right? So they're going to be like, okay, and now they're going to have a victim mentality or whatever. They'll learn whatever they learn. The people that need to hear critical race theory are not going to be open to listening to critical race theory. It's the same thing with affirmative action. The people who need to like hear these things the most or receive these programs the most are people who are not going to receive it. So you're like, critical race theory, no racist white person is going to be like, I'm all over that. What you need to do is you need to evaporate stereotypes of black people by providing them opportunity. Because unfortunately, whether you like it or not, the reason that there's a stereotype that black people are violent is because there's government distrust because of systemic racism and a lack of opportunity in these particular areas. And these stereotypes are being perpetuated by us not eliminating the problem. So instead of teaching people to be like more sensitive to black people and not comment on their hair and commit microaggressions, let's focus on actually providing opportunity to these communities where it matters. Let's focus on the 90% of the problem instead of the 2% of the problem, and actually getting it into a spot where it matters. And that's my problem with critical race theory, is it's not effectively applied to society. Because how much does it matter if you're just a non-racist, a little bit ignorant white person that's like, oh, and you make a comment about a girl's hair versus like the solution of like, you know, giving opportunity to black people. Like, do you know what I'm saying? It's like one of those things where it's a feel-good bullshit tactic that just makes white people feel better, and it just makes it's another way. Critical race theory is another way to tell black people, hey, we care, but not really. That's what critical race theory is, guys. Just so you know, it's bullshit. It doesn't solve the problem. It solves like 0.1% of one of the problems that black people experience. But the biggest issue that they experience is lack of fucking equity and lack of opportunity. So let's focus on the shit that matters.
It's okay to be normal, it's okay to be heterosexual, just as it's okay to be black, it's okay to be gay, and, you know, there shouldn't be this push to cast away what people deem as too normal. And I think that is how we got to this place where so many people view themselves as the forgotten men and women of America, where these coastal elites, these LA types, these New York types, these people that love experimenting and things that are just freakier and more weird, think that they're ruling the world, and that we have to shut up and just accept the way the world is going. I don't want the world to go that way. I like my Christianity. I like going to church. I love that I'm in a heterosexual relationship. You know, I don't think that, you know, it's problematic people don't choose that lifestyle for themselves, but I don't think that I should have to shut up because of my normalcy.
Nobody's asked you to shut up, Candace, because of your normalcy.
I think a lot of people ask Candace to shut up.
Nobody has. We are simply frustrated with the way that you are shaming other people into believing your way, as if your way is the only way. You are one person in a huge country of people with different opinions, and you and all people should know that we are all allowed to have our own opinions and express our own.
I don't know that that's necessarily a cult poll. Like, Candace Owens is more from the. Maybe you're kind of right. Candace doesn't know how to express her perspective.
I'm sick and tired of seeing women try to get weirder and woker online, like the whole shaving the head.
Me too. Me too, man. Weirder and woker. Listen, not for nothing, girl. You're one of those like woke women online who thinks you know what you're talking about. Not trying to be rude. Just saying. No, we shouldn't defund the police. It's a silly narrative.
We're not allowed to
reform, sure.
Hair, apparently.
I got a nose ring hanging, you know, from my nose through my lips and flips over to my ear, because, you know, I'm woke and I'm.
I love that. It's so funny.
Like, you can do that, but don't expect me not to stare and acknowledge that that's weird.
I can dye my hair pink and you can call me weird. I don't care.
Okay, so then what's the problem? Like, why are you taking such offense to this then? Like, if you're, like, basically your perspective here is, like, Candace is a little annoying and ignorant for giving too much of a shit about hair. Like, that's your response that you should be like, hey, if you're going to be weird, just be confident in how weird you are rather than telling everybody it's normal. Because it's not normal to dye your hair pink. It's not normal to cut a little line in the side of your head. And I know that I have people in my chat that look like that. And you know what? I love every one of you, but you're a little weird. And you know what? There are ways that Bob is weird. And we're all okay with it. We're not offended by it. We embrace it. And the irony is you want to be considered a little weird when you shave your head and you color it pink because you want people to notice you. But then you don't want the backlash of it, of being like, hey, that's a little weird, dog. And you're like, no, it's not. This is normal in society. ACAB, BLM, all men need to die. You know what I'm saying?
I don't care. Has it ever occurred to you that, like, people who are weird or who deem themselves as weird are that way because they don't care what you would say about them?
Well, then why are you having a meltdown about it? Like, that's the thing, is that they do care too much. You care too much.
People who are weird don't care what people who are normal say. That's the whole point.
If that was true, you wouldn't be making this video. Or what you're doing is you're just kind of making a virtue signaling video, even though people who actually are the weird, according to Candace Owens, wouldn't really give a shit.
I mean, am I right?
You know what I'm saying? And I don't care if you go, look at this African tribe where they
just a bunch of white people speaking over a black person right now. You know what I'm saying?
Also have nose rings. Like, stop trying to use these ridiculous arguments. Half the time, the people that are weird are actually the ones that are begging for attention, and they do these things because they want to cause a reaction.
Kind of like making an entire video just to shame groups of people.
Well, that was your whole plug. Like, she's not wrong about what she's saying, dog.
And then when we have a reaction, because it's not normal for a guy to put on a ball gown and, you know, for a person to pierce from their nose, their lips, and across their ears, then they try to say, oh, it's because of us and our perspectives and we're bigoted. And it's gaslighting. It's just gaslighting.
I think Candace needs a little lesson on what gaslighting means. Straight from Google, you guys. Gaslighting is a form of psychological manipulation in which a person or a group covertly sows seeds of doubt in a targeted individual or group, making them question their own memory, perception, or judgment. One of the biggest.
So here's the problem with her argument here, okay? This is the problem with her argument. Is Candace Owens said that, like, basically we saw Harry Styles in a dress, and now society is trying to gaslight us into thinking that that has to be the normal. Okay, so Candace Owens' like usage of the word gaslighting is okay, It's fine. Well, the issue is that she's exaggerating. She's misassigning a value to Harry Styles wearing a dress. She says that it's a leftist narrative to defeminize or demasculinize men when it's just a dude in a fucking dress saying it's okay to wear a dress. So instead of attacking the core argument like I'm doing, you're going to go off on a tangent about the specific, like the semantics of the word that she went with. And like, you're not doing anybody justice, girl.
The gaslighter is that they convince a group of people that another group of people is crazy.
That's
it's extremely.
Hey, where was that in the definition? It wasn't. You just named you based on your own logic of defining the word gaslighting. Got him, guys. High five for Papa. Boom. Poggers.
Effective because it's dismissive. If the gaslighter controls your sanity and makes you start believing different things about yourself, then it allows other people.
You guys
to start
excited for World of Warcraft?
Thing. It's a very slow process, but it happens with videos like this one. Just saying. Moving on.
It's okay to be normal. It's okay to be a woman that wants to be feminine. It's okay to be a woman that doesn't believe in the fat acceptance movement. I couldn't disagree with that more.
Okay. We're going to get into this in a minute, but I do want to mention, she's brought up the fact that men wear dresses like repeatedly and how she doesn't support that. And then she's also said it's okay for women to want to be feminine. But the funny thing is that she wears like dress suits in a lot of her photos. So are you saying that it's okay for you to wear a dress suit, but it's not okay for men or boys to wear dresses? Double standard much? I mean, honestly.
Not a bad point. I wish you would have like elaborated on that. Like that's kind of like a thing, and I'm not trying to like drag you for it, but like what she's trying to say there is, hey, listen, why is it so acceptable in society for women to masculinize themselves in certain situations, like Candace Owens wearing a dress suit or whatever, but it's not okay for men to feminize themselves? And that's a double standard in society, which I would say is actually somewhat, you could consider that sexist, to be honest, against men. She could have elaborated on that point because that was a strong point.
I'm so sick of women putting their cellulite on the internet and saying, "Oh, look how brave and stunning it is," or women saying, "I'm getting naked."
Wait, she almost had her tits out?
And a lot of stuff.
Woo!
It's okay for
Hold on. Woo! Candace, what happened, girl? You said that it wasn't okay to be naked online. Whoa! We just saw soft core corn. Uh-oh, girl. Listen. This isn't a good look for you. Candace. Oh, Candace, you talked about not showing off your bubblers. Listen, hold on a second. I don't know if I can find it because I'm fat, but like maybe we'll be able to find it. Let's see. I don't think it's being naked on the internet is empowering, Candace. You got your boobies out. You got your boobs out, Candace. A little bit hypocritical, girl. I don't know.
But the funny thing is that she wears like dress suits in a lot of her
NSFW indeed.
So are you saying that it's okay for you to wear a dress suit, but it's not okay for men or boys to wear dresses? Double standard much?
Candace OnlyFans? Question mark?
Putting their cellulite on the internet and saying, "Oh, look how brave and stunning it is," or women saying, "I'm getting naked to show that being naked is okay." And you're just trying to run up the crazy because.
Just hurry up, make your point. You're offended, clearly. Just go ahead. Tell people that.
We don't post pictures of ourselves with our cellulite for people like you. We post pictures of ourselves with our cellulite and our roles and our body imperfections.
For people who want to pander to fat acceptance movements,
For people who need to hear that part in their life, need to hear that validation in that
But that's the problem, right? Is the narrative's never like, hey, listen, if you're overweight, it's okay. You don't need to beat yourself up. But like, you should strive to better yourself by making sure that you're healthy first. Weight is a factor, but your healthiness matters more. You need to eat better and exercise as an individual. It's never that. It's never a message of like being better. It's fucking Tess Holliday showing off her body in a way where it's like, this is fine. It's like, dog, you're killing yourself by eating the way you're eating, girl.
I understand that you don't have any problems.
And I know that she's very much like a struggler of her weight, and now she's going to diminish Candace Owens by saying you never had any problems. And that's the problem, is Candace Owens, as much as I may not particularly care for her, like comes from like a lower class family, and she did work her way up to where she was, and she had a hardworking family. And while again, I think that she applies her situation too much on others. You can't constantly just be like, well, I'm fat, so I struggled more than you. It's like, you're fat because you want to be fat, and I'm fat because I want to be fat. And every single time you're fat, it's because you have a lack of fucking self-control. And I hate it that we don't talk about that. I hate it. Everything has to be a fucking victim mentality, and that's what she's calling out.
Okay, your caption told us that you're perfect, but for the majority of the women in this world, we have insecurities.
The majority of people in the world have insecurities. It doesn't mean it's okay to normalize being fat in a way that's like toxic towards the general status quo.
So going on a page,
or not even status quo, that's toxic towards us in general. Like, it's going to make us an unhealthier society.
Where somebody can just embrace their insecurities. Such a beautiful thing. You should really try it. You should really start to get into it. I think you'd really like it if you tried it out.
All right.
Because you're desperate for attention. And that's the truth. You say we're desperate for attention because we call out that it's not normal for a woman to just want to constantly be naked.
We are all desperate for attention. Okay, can we just acknowledge that?
True. Being fat is not the same as being oppressed, I'll tell you that.
You're desperate for attention.
Being fat is a first world country problem that we like to parade around as a third world country problem. It's like, oh my God, it's so bad to be fat. But no, it's like, it's not hard to be fat in society. It's easy. It's called overeating. It's when you have too much money, it's easy to be fat as shit. You know, what's hard is to live as like, you know, some other identity group in society. Though it's getting better.
Because you're making this video. Some people can argue and say I'm desperate for attention because I put my life on the internet. And you know what? In a lot of ways, I guess I am. Because we are human beings. And we are designed for community. And we are designed for acceptance. And we are designed to find our people. And we are designed for that. That is literally how God designed us. He designed us to have these communities and to have the...
God didn't design anything. Ye designed it. God, that's God.
Attention, which is really just community. Am I wrong?
Sure. I mean,
no,
I guess.
Just like, well, I'm being naked.
I just feel like it was a weird, irrelevant point.
For this cause, it's like, you think you have a nice body. You do have a nice body, actually. It's not even think the world would agree that she's got a very nice body, but to pretend that she's doing it for social causes and social issues, perpetually getting naked, come on, man. Don't think that we're stupid.
I don't know who this girl is, but if somebody wants to link her...
Why don't you just Google who she said? I just don't care. Like, I don't care who the girl is. But, like, if you don't know who she is and you want to know, just look her up.
Comments below. You can go ahead and do so. We don't comment on people's bodies, Candace. We don't comment on people's bodies. We don't comment on people's bodies.
Yes, we do.
We don't comment on people's bodies.
All the time
okay?
we do.
And you guys are going to see as this video progresses. I really feel like
everybody comments on people's bodies. That's like the whole thing, the way that it works. I just want you guys to know that. I could also go into a whole thing about how, like, if you put yourself out there on social media in a way it's like, hey, look at me in my best time in life, it's actually going to create a false narrative to people watching. It's going to make them more depressed because they're not seeing the worst of you as well. They're not contextualizing the full you. It's actually one of the reasons why young people have such an issue when it comes to their self-esteem.
The beginning of this video was a little bit more sane. She's really just getting her opinions, and that's cool. Now it's getting to the point where she's turning into a full-flegged bully.
And, you know, and then you've got the opposite side of the spectrum of freaks and people like Leah Dunham who constantly want to show you their fat rolls and say like it's your fault.
Leah Dunham is a mess, man. I don't particularly care for her. I would though. I would let her fucking... Alright, I gotta stop. I would hit that though. I don't care.
Stop commenting on people's bodies.
Stop commenting on people's bodies. Nobody asked. Nobody cared. You guys remember when I made a fat girl cry because I said stop putting your body out there if you don't want people to comment on your body? Resist. I gotta just time you out. You gotta remove your own message there, buddy. I'm gonna time you out. I don't know how to undo it. I'm gonna give you mod back, but I can't have you being putting that stuff in my chat, my man. I gotta, especially since it's on the screen now. I gotta lovely Maggot, undo it for me. Undo the timeout of them, and then I'm gonna put it. I just don't know how to get the word out. We gotta make that word a no word.
Rolls off for you, Candace Owens, or anybody that's in your little circle and tribe. Okay, I show off my fat rolls for the people that need to see them.
You just said a word. Like, you know, I have the chat inside of my video now, so I don't want any bad boy words to be there. Somebody on timeout, resist urge, so I can give him back mod. There we go. Resist, where are you? Are you in here? Talk again, so I can give you mod.
Is to realize that, hey, you can love yourself at any size. That is why I'm here. That's my mission here. And all of my friends that are doing this thing as me could fully agree with that. Okay.
No, it's okay, dude. It's okay.
If you're watching this video,
it's okay. I don't think it. I understand. I just want to make if you could add that word to the no list in my chat, that would be really good.
You're one of the creators who, you know, is all about body positivity and not necessarily fat acceptance. That's where it's like so annoying because people just assume that because I'm a fat person living happily in my body that I am all about fat acceptance.
I can't say the word, or else then I'm just gonna undo it. There you go.
It's just so thrown around and so overused. It's like, no, you are allowed to exist in the body that you're in, and this is why. Yeah,
but you can change the body by not being fat, girl. That's the problem. That's the point I'm trying to
make these posts, and this is why we make the videos, because people like this are telling us, oh, actually, it's not okay. It's not okay to be confident and happy in your fat body. Only if you're thin and you have a nice body, but no.
Kind of, yeah. Like it's okay to be confident. Like you can be beautiful and fat, but like try to be healthy, dog. Especially since we're trying to gravitate towards a world. Like, listen, we have here. Okay, let me make it more clear. It's totally okay to be fat and eat unhealthy if we remove completely any form of universal health care for fat people. How's that?
When you're fat.
like, you know, you're gaslighting. I don't like this. It's unattractive. It's like asking me to like disgusting food. And then when I eat the food and say it's nasty, you say it's because you're a bad, backwards person. You're all just attention seekers.
This is a woman with 3 million followers on Instagram. Body shaming people.
Okay, whatever. Get over it, girl.
And what is disgusting about this post to me more than anything, like even more than what she's saying, is the amount of comments of people agreeing with her. We have Christian leaders, Christian pastors on here like, amen, girl, speak the truth. Jen Johnson from
I guess Christianity's a bad religion.
Bethel is one of them that I saw.
Be nice,
saying,
guys.
You know, you speak pure fire or whatever she said. And it's just like...
Pure fire.
Ouch.
Speaking hot fire,
as
dog.
a person who's grown up in the church, in Christian ministry, seeing that there's people that agree with what she's saying right now, which she's really just spewing hatred toward a group of people that have been minding our own business. We haven't been coming after her. We haven't said anything to her. She's coming after us for literally no reason at all. That is bullying in its finest. And these are the type of people that I warn you guys against. These people that disguise themselves as like smart and educated and knowing all the facts, and then they can...
She's pretty smart. She's educated. She has her opinions. I think that they're ignorant, but like she has her opinions. But the problem I have is that, like, why are you so heavily identifying with being fat? Like, I get it. Women have more of a struggle with their weight and their appearance in society, blah, blah, blah. Patriarchy, suck my balls. But, you know, like, stop overly identifying with being fat. Like, being fat is not, like, really an identity. I mean, it is an identity, but it's like, you chose to do it, dog. So...
can just say whatever they want and just spew all these hate bombs, and we're just all expected to like sit back and take
hate bombs.
It's not okay. It is never okay to comment on someone else's body, and it's never ever okay to body shame somebody. Never.
It's always okay. I want to give you guys a hot take. It's always okay to comment on somebody's body if they put their body out on social media. Okay, if you're walking down the street and you see a girl, you cannot comment on their body. But if you see a girl put an Instagram post up that's like, "Hey, look at my body," it's literally my. If I put up content on the internet that is commentary content, you're open to criticize my content. That's how it works. So if you're going to put up yourself up there, you're opening yourself up to criticism. That's how this space works. You don't get to say, "Hey, I'm only allowed to have positive criticism of what I'm putting up." It's like, come on, take it easy, girl. Victim 101 here.
Never ever.
I like the shoulder dress though. People don't know this, but I like the shoulder stuff. Maybe I'm being too misogynistic for talking about her like that.
Trying to dress up your attention.
Don't worry, like your level of attractiveness has nothing to do with the way I perceive you. I think you're attractive, but I think that you're also very ignorant. That's why I'm respecting you for your opinion, but you're not. You're just not hitting a girl.
Seeking in activism and gaslight normal people. It's okay to be normal. We don't have to pretend to like any.
It's really interesting how many times she's used the word gaslighting, and then all the time she's used the word normal. This is like a perfect example of gaslighting. She's saying that anybody who does these things that she's criticizing is not normal. Therefore, they're crazy and they're freaks. Her words, not mine. It's just very...
Mama Gut said she can't stand me because she's listening to the video. You want to know what I have to say to that? Say that, guys? I have to say that? How about that? Was that sexy? Did you think that was sexy? Huh? I like that. Do you feeling that now? Pop is hot. That's all I'm saying, dude. That's all I'm saying. I still got it. I'll take it off. I'll take this off. Let me take this off. Look at this. Look at this. Look at this. Look at this though. Like, look, I know I'm a big guy, but like, look at this. Like, look at this. Imagine I just sat back like this. Got one of these. What's up, girl? Ooh. Look at this. I'm so hot. I'm so sexy. I'm so sexy, baby. And you know what? If any of you guys said, like, no, you're not, Papa, I don't care. I'm putting my body out there. And if you don't agree, I don't care. Look at this. Look at that. Look at how attractive I am, dude. Look at this. Hold on. Hold on. Look at this. How hot I am. Got a little bit. Ooh. What's up? Talking about, baby. Body confidence, boy. Confident. All right. You guys just need to learn how to be a little more confident in your skin, Freak the haters, dog. That's all I'm saying. All right, let's do this.
Very interesting how she's persuading her audience, her very large audience, to believe.
Whoa, if anyone has the large audience, it's you. But you get it? Because you're pandering to fat people.
The narrative that she wants them to believe. Please don't forget that, because the whole time she's making this video, she's criticizing the fact that people are gaslighting her, and she's literally doing the exact same thing.
Word.
This stuff, we can say we want to raise our kids, go to church, dress normally, you know, meaning women wearing clothes that are made for the women's body, men wearing clothes.
I wish Candace would have brought up the fact that you have kids. It's so normal for kids to do the fucking Fortnite dances in public. It's, you know how annoying it is? We need to normalize hitting kids for doing Fortnite dances. I wish Candace would talk about that group of people. It's so annoying.
For the, you know, for male bodies.
Does that include your pantsuits? I just want to know.
Oh God!
I just want to know.
Can you make a more accurate point? Like, again, your point is like it's okay to be a masculine woman but not a feminine man. Make that point. It's a really, really good point that you should be enforcing, because it is a good point. But you got to communicate it in a better way that's palatable and consumable for people.
I want to know. Also, it's just because you're doesn't mean you're better than everybody else. Okay, we'll all agree on that.
Ah, stinks.
Without you telling us that we're backwards and racist and homophobic and transphobic and all these words you come up with. People telling me that I'm transphobic because I say a man in a dress is not masculine. That's not transphobic. Phobic means fear of. I am not afraid of a man in a dress. You know, it's not homophobic.
I am afraid of being too aroused. I'm not even talking about trans women, because I know that Candace is diminishing trans people here, but I mean, like, a man in a dress can be hot, man. Like, if you got, you know, my thing is like, if you're a guy in a dress, like, my type would be, you gotta be very clean shaven. I like femininity, so like feminine spray. Like in my men, I like thinness in men. Like, I like thickness in women, but I like thinness in men. I like very more androgynous body types for my men. You know, so I'd be totally into that.
Transphobic. It's just, I'm normal, and I'm going to call out stuff that I think is weird, and I want to give permission to normal people to stand up and to fight back.
So normal means hateful? Got it.
Fight back for a place in culture. Yeah. You don't need to spread your legs as a woman. You don't need to keep doing more and more slutty deeds to prove that you're somehow...
You don't need to be, we have your boobas out, Candace Owens, in your freaking pantsuit.
Oh, you did not. You did not. You did not just compare me showing off my roles and every other woman.
Oh, let me see. Hold on, what'd she say? I wasn't listening because.
Up and to fight back.
So normal means hateful. Got it.
Fight back.
Yeah.
For a place in culture. You don't need to spread your legs as a woman. You don't need to keep doing more and more slutty deeds to prove that you're somehow free and somehow.
Oh, you did not. You did not.
I don't understand. What did she say that was so wrong? Like, at least slow it down for myself. I'm not getting it.
Doing more and more slutty deeds to prove that you're somehow free and somehow.
Oh, you did not.
Oh.
You did not.
Oh.
You did not just compare me showing off my roles and every other woman that shows off their cellulite on social media as a slutty deed.
Yeah, I think she did, I guess. I think you're over-identifying with it. You're taking it too personally. You got a little bit of a victim mentality.
She did that.
I'm sorry. Are you okay? Do you need to cry? Do you need a tissue? Like, what's get over it, dog?
That sucks. That really
what are you get over your shit, dog?
You can be committed to a relationship. To everyone saying to me, "Go make your husband a sandwich." I would love to make my husband a sandwich if he's hungry. I cook for my husband all the time.
Hey,
that is normal.
Make me a sandwich, ladies.
If I'm tired, my husband will cook for me. We are normal people, so trying to make that somehow an offense to me doesn't work. So on this day, all I'm saying is, God bless the normal people. It's okay to be normal. You do not have to merge into the society which is so desperate to outfreak one another. Yeah.
Thank you, Candace. That video was so inspiring and so enlightening. I loved it so much. Thank you very, very much.
I disagree, but,
guys,
you know, that's your opinion.
The kind of person that she is, clear as day, right? And, you know, like I said at the beginning of the video, I felt like really... It was still respectful. It was still kind. We can agree to disagree on things. That's totally cool. I
feel like you had an issue with it almost immediately, so what you're saying is bizarre.
About that. Once you get to the point where you start shaming people, especially for their bodies, because that's something we're really passionate about here on my platform, that is not okay with me. And that should not be okay with anybody. This video says so much more about her than it does anybody else. And I wanted to come on here and make this video because I just want you to know that, like, this is a woman who's professing to love Jesus and to be one of his followers. And as a follower of Jesus myself, I don't subscribe to this. Like, this is not what God has called us to be. He has never called us to be judgmental or mean or unkind. And for her, she can say that she's just speaking truth. And a lot of her followers
I'm not
say,
putting
I love
it
the
in
way
my
you just tell
mouth.
it is, you're speaking the truth. But she is speaking the truth,
not really, but
her truth, at least, in hate, not in love. And the greatest commandment of all is love. And so let this be reminded.
The greatest commandment of all is love, and also that women are property, and it's not okay to be gay. Those are the greatest commandments of religion, guys. I agree.
Reminder that we need voices of compassion and empathy more than ever, because we have narratives like this coming at us in all directions, and we have for decades and decades and decades, and that is why we were on these platforms and trying to break what normal is, because normal is BS. Normal does not exist.
It doesn't exist. No, see, that's the problem, bro. Like, you're talking about, like, there's a difference between acceptance of abnormalities in society and pandering, right? So, like, you look at me, right? I'm a big, sexy, normal man. I'm a little gay, so it's nice that people accept me for the fact that I like feminine men. You know, but then also, you know, I have Tourette's and I'm constantly twitching, and like, people bring it up, like, Papa, what the hell's the matter with you? But like, people accept me for having my Tourette's and whatever issues that I have. That's acceptance, but we don't need to have a fucking Tourette's march. Like, we don't, like, I mean, I'm not saying that we don't need LGBT marches, because we do, but like, we don't need to like start normalizing everybody twitching convulsively to make me feel better about the fact that I twitch. And like, that's the difference between acceptance versus pandering. And like, we do have issues of like pandering, right? That's where we're getting to. And like, that's what she's talking about. She's doing a terrible job of it. She is demonizing, well, I wouldn't say demonizing there. She does generally demonize. She is, like, overall, I would say she's rather hateful. She's not accepting of she's not even accepting of abnormal. She's parading around this idea that she's accepting of abnormal people when she's really not. She just wants to diminish them. But you get what I'm saying? I do Twitch on Twitch, yeah.
Normal to go on the internet and say such horrible things.
All right, I retracted my statement about going on walks, because I didn't mean the going for parades is a good thing. I had a bad example. I instantly retracted. Okay, so shut the freak up, dude.
People. I wasn't raised like that, and I think most of you watching this video were not raised like that. This narrative is so toxic and so harmful, and you can go ask any psychologist and they would agree with me on this one. Okay.
True. I want to ask an intellectual authority about the social issues. I don't give a fuck about. You know, like, I'm just being honest with you. There's like an issue in society of like intellectual elites deciding what we need to feel and think.
Just because Candace Owens says it and she has 3 million followers doesn't mean it's truth. She has every right to say whatever she wants to say, just like I have every right to say.
Truth is a social construct. Woo!
I want to say, but please don't let words like this sink into your heart and soul, because these words are very destructive. And I don't think she understands how much her words matter. You know, the Bible does tell us that words have the power of life or death. And that comes in every shape or form. No matter how you are using your words publicly, you will be held accountable for how you use that. And so one day, Candace is going to see, she's going to see how her words have truly hurt other people.
True.
And hopefully, it's just not too late for her at that point. I don't hate Candace. I love her. I highly disagree with her. And
Can we just honestly talk about how, like, I just want to be very honest here. And like, you know, I would say that it could be considered gaslighting to, like, I don't know. It's weird when people, I don't know, I guess I do it. They make these points and then at the end they're like, I actually don't dislike you as a person. Like, you're a good person. It's like you're putting in, I don't know. I guess that's just a compliment sandwich, but it just comes off as weird. It's like, I just railed into you, but I don't think you're a bad person. It's like, all right, I guess that's normal. Maybe I'm being overly dramatic. I don't know.
But I'm going to be the bigger person here and say
Oh, I'm sorry. I'm sorry. You kind of set me up for that one, girl. Like, you're not. I'm sorry. Come on. I mean, at the end of the day, I'm the bigger person. It's just like, I'm juvenile. I'm just juvenile. I'm juvenile. You're very beautiful and very attractive. But like, I'm juvenile. So it was just funny. We had a whole video about one of the video we talked about how, like, fat people, and then she's like, I'm gonna be the bigger person. It's like, that's a good ending.
And she'll never watch this video, and that's fine. But we cannot let people like this tear us down over and over again and not speak up. And I haven't seen anybody in the body positive community talking about this video, so I wanted to bring it to everyone's attention as well. My heart is heavy watching this. My heart is so...
You gotta stop. You gotta stop. Please stop. You're killing me. You're too much of a comedian. Oh my God. It's just funny because, like, I'm sure my heart's heavy too. It's probably full of cholesterol, you know what I'm saying? Oh my goodness. I'm so sorry. Oh God.
So heavy. But I have faith that we, the people of compassion and empathy, can really change the climate of the United States around right now. We need love. We need compassion. We need those things. We need them so, so desperately. So go and show somebody some love today. You are valuable. You are loved. God loves you so endlessly. And it doesn't matter what you do. Nothing will ever separate his love for you. And don't let anybody ever tell you differently. Go be your weird self. Stray away from being normal, because let's be honest, normal people don't exist. None of us are normal. It's all of us.
Well, we're mostly normal.
This is how we're supposed to be, and there's one and only way to be, and that's not true.
We're all pretty
normal. You are a
normal.
beautiful soul and a wonderful human being.
Just be yourself and don't. How about instead of telling people not to be normal, just say like, hey, be yourself and what you're comfortable with, and like if it's normal, good for you. If it's abnormal, good for you. Like that. Why do we have to? Why are you telling us? See, this is like you're like you go and don't be normal. Don't be normal. It's like, well, why? They're weird. Like just tell people to be happy with who they are. And then, like, if you're normal, chill. If you're not normal, chill. It's all chill, dude.
You have so much to offer the world. I love you guys, and we'll see you in our next video.
I'll see you there. I liked your video. How come there's no like counts?
Hey guys, welcome back to my...
Hey guys, you might have the like count off because people don't like my videos very much. All right, let's see what her response was. Candace Owens' response was to this before we end off this. It's pretty short, so it's pretty boggers. Woo! Wait, is this on her? Oh, this must be on her Instagram. Wait, where's this fucking girl? God damn it, we got to find it. Golly.
Hey guys, welcome back to...
Hey guys, welcome back. Where's your Instagram, you nerd? From the top, make it drop. Oh. Now I see why you got so offended. Oh, come on. Listen, I think you're attractive. I'm not saying you're ugly, but like, yeah, no, like, there's no reason that you needed to post any of this. Like, you didn't need to make these videos. Like, you could have, like, you know, you do you. You do what makes you happy, but like, I see why I can't, like, you know, I see why you took it personally when she called you out. Like, listen, bro, if you're overweight, good for you. Good for you, though. But like, you learn to dress your size, man. And if you're not going to, then you get ridiculed. You just suck it up. I don't know where the Candace Owens video is, though. I thought it was on here. I don't know. Did she shave her armpits? Let's see. I think she does. She's cute, man. Woo. Not bad. Still. Jesus, you really going crazy here, girl. Yeah, you're kind of sexualizing yourself. And, like, that's fine, man. You do you. But, like, I see why you got so offended with your fucking video you made. Because she was fucking indirectly... You totally felt like she called you out. Okay, I don't know where the hell this core video is. Oh, it's on TikTok. Oh, you said it's on TikTok. Oh, now I'm like fucking processing
hey guys,
what you said. Does she have a TikTok on here? Somebody send that to me? It's at the top right. What are you talking about? What? The fuck are you talking about, dog? What the hell are you talking about? Where the hell is it? I'm fucking dumb. It's literally right here. It's just not a link. Poggers. All right. Let's see. Oh my god. What are you doing? Oh. They feel it's really heavy. I'm so sorry. All right, where's the Candace Owens thing? Okay. Hold on. Wait. Oh, there's more drama here. Where the fuck is the original video? Oh my god. Can I tell you how much this guy's annoying? You're gonna shut the fuck up. Where's the Candace Owens original one where she's like, Candace Owens? You're a freaking nerd. Yeah. Body positivity. Do you? Here we go. Okay, we got some more drama than I thought, doggy. Let's get into this pony show.
That doesn't believe in the fat acceptance movement. I couldn't disagree with that more. I'm so sick of women putting their cellulite on the internet.
True.
Freaks and people like Lena Dunham who constantly want to show you their fat rolls and cellulite and say if you don't like it, it's your fault.
This video is
fuck you, fat people. I agree.
Owens, so if you're not Candace Owens, just keep scrolling.
I would do it as a joke, but then like I'd have to rewatch this, and I don't want to.
Happy in my body without your opinion. You don't have to look at my stomach if you don't want to. But I like myself, and I don't opinion to tell me who I am. Goodbye, Candace. You suck.
Wow, I have never been that turned off so quickly in my entire life. It's not the body. It's like that you just decided, like that was just weird. What, that was just weird. Like why? Like what did that you felt so offended by the fact that she called you fat that you needed to just like be gross about it? Like I don't understand. Like why? Like why? Like that's like that. I don't know. It was weird. Like what the fuck? Like why'd you have to do that? Like you could have been like, I disagree. Fat acceptance is good, but instead you're like, look at me. This is supposed, like what you're doing is saying this is beautiful. No, girl, not fundamentally. Like you're attractive, but like fat is not fundamentally beautiful. So you look a little silly there. I totally. Oh, okay, no, it's still here. All right, so Candace Owens reacted to it. I can't wait to see it.
So, if you're not Candace Owens, just keep scrolling.
We have to watch it again. Oh, okay, let's
Scrolling. If you're not her,
all right, here we go.
Suck.
this video is for Shaylee Muir. If you're not Shaylee Muir, just keep scrolling. Obesity is the #1 killer in America. I didn't say that means that you shouldn't love yourself. But teaching kids to love fat is like teaching them to smoke cigarettes. You're allowed to smoke cigarettes, but you will neglect your health. Goodbye, Shaylee. Truth hurts.
Oh, she's not wrong. She's not wrong. Oh, Candace came in and just gave you a stone cold stunner. You're done. You're on the 3 count. You got pinned, girl. You're done. She wrecked you. And like that's actually a really good way to say it. Like, yeah, you know what? If you want to be fat, you're accepted, but you're basically a cigarette smoker because you're killing yourself every day that you're fat. Let's see.
Stop.
I can't listen to this because it's gonna make me. All right, let's see. Because the YouTube video will get demonetized if I have Billie Eilish in there. Heart disease from obesity in America is #1 killer. Yes, that's true. But hey, as long as you're happy being unhealthy, that's what really matters. My children will not be clinically obese because teaching them to be happy about being fat is about as stupid as teaching them to be happy be smoking. Wow, I can't read. As teaching them to be happy smoking a pack of cigarettes a day, both things kill. Very true. Is this your response? Is it? Okay, not a great response. All right, so let's see what she has to say.
It's horrendous, but I wanted to hop on here and let you guys know that Candace Owens saw.
Can we just stop right here and read the caption? Because I'm so sick of this shit. Okay, Candace Owens saw the video and made her own video mocking me to her 3 million followers. Go watch her Instagram to watch. Dude, I hate it. You decided to engage, and it's totally fine. You decided to engage with Candace Owens. And now that she responded, you're subtextually saying that she is irresponsible with her follower. Like, oh, 3 million people saw it. Like, it's really messed up that you're bullying me with your larger content base. What, are you kidding me? Get the fuck over yourself, dude. Like, whether you like Candace Owens or not, this is victim mentality bullshit. Why are her 3 million followers relevant to her, like, just completely nay-naying you?
The video, and not only that, but she made her own video.
It was funny. It was
mocking me.
Yeah.
So
it was funny. It was funny.
I've been dealing with thousands of messages, thousands of comments, fat shaming me, telling me I'm a fat cunt.
Oh my God, why'd you have to say that? You're gonna get me demonetized. Listen, nobody should be doing that, but like, you put yourself out there into a public space. See, here's the funny thing. You were like, hey, listen, I want to call out Candace Owens for what I think is wrong. Okay. Then she responds and you're like, I can't believe you responded. Like, I just wanted to throw rocks at a wall until it broke. Like, you know what I'm saying? Like, you didn't want a response from her? Like, why are you making the video then? I don't understand. You made the video. The next clear situation would be that she would respond. No? Are we just like ignorant? Like, you're getting upset that you called her out and then she spoke back to you like a person? Now you're getting hate, but that's like the inherent nature of this platform. So
telling me to go kill myself, and I have faith that something good will happen out of this, no matter
Well, you could literally just not care and you'll be fine. Unless you get doxxed, who gives a shit? Like, take it easy.
how sucky
But like now it's like a mental health problem. Like, I got called out. I'm really upset. God,
this is.
shut the fuck up.
So, gonna keep smiling. Sorry
Okay,
for this
yeah. So she made this, and then afterwards she made a video of her dancing because she's like, I'm upset because people made fun of me. So now what she's doing is she's like trying to make it seem like she's like, I'm fine. Like, you guys don't even upset me. So she decides to do the same weird dance she did. And then she's crying in the next one because she woke up and she's not actually okay. She's upset. And then this was just a mask for her depression. And it's like, it's not funny that you're depressed, but also like, you're just so transparent in the way that you're trying to rationalize this. Yeah. So, oh wait, no, it's like the community was nice to her. Well, that's nice, but you're crying for no reason, which means you're upset and you're like, you're happy about the overwhelming positivity that came out of the fact that you were just bullied. I don't know, man. Toughen up. People need to toughen the fuck up. Sorry, Shaylee Mueller. We started off. I thought you were cute. Now I kind of think you're a little yucky, not because you're overweight, but because you feel the need to embarrass yourself by doing these kind of weird things. Candace, you're a poggers champion as always. Please call me out because that would be pretty poggers, but nobody ever does because everybody's afraid to call me out back on these big platforms because they don't fucking, I don't know. Or maybe I'm just being, giving myself too much of the benefit of the doubt and thinking people actually fucking know who I am. It's probably the second one. Whatever, dude. I don't give a fuck. I don't care. Let's play some alerts. Thank you so much, guys, to all my Patreons, and a special shout out to my Papa XL Patreons. Without all you guys, I would just be some fat dude screaming into a microphone. So thank you so much, guys. Mwah. I love you all.
I want Papa Gut to pee on my face, but just as a friend. There's nothing weird about that. I want him to pee on my face.